This is a piano improvisational challenge that happens in bite-sized chunks. By the end of today's video, we're going to be playing in the key of A minor, using the harmonic minor scale and a surprising chord that sounds absolutely amazing when you put it all together. So you can go from not really understanding a key to understanding how to play something absolutely beautiful. Come over to the piano. I can't wait to show you how this is done. Today we're going to be playing in the key of A minor, which is one of my favorites, because this means that we are playing between A and an A, only the white notes. However, today we're going to be playing using the harmonic scale, and the harmonic scale takes the seventh note of the scale. So if we start on A and count up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we're going to raise that by a half step. So that goes to the G sharp. So that means when we play our scale, like I start all of my videos with a scale to set our ears and our hands to what we're doing, we're going to play the G sharp instead of the G. So it'll sound like this. Skip the G. So just play through that a couple of times. You could do that with your left hand, with your right hand, or with both hands, and just kind of gets you ready for our day. For the past couple of weeks, we have been doing a chord progression in the key of A minor, and this one is going to be very similar, but it's going to have one change, and that change is going to be with one of the chords. So we're going to start out like we always do with an A minor. It kind of gets us home, and we'll start there and end there, and that's how we know that the chord progression is over. So we go from an A minor, and then we're going to go to an F chord, which is F, A, and C. And then we go down to C, do a C major, C, E, G. And then in the past, we have gone to a G chord, but today we're going to go to an E major chord. And that includes the G sharp. So we're going to do E, G sharp, and B. And then we're going to go back to the A minor. So try that just in root position. That's the stacked position with your left hand. And we'll try this a couple times, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to represent our chords today. And it's not exactly the same like we have done before. So we're going to start with our A minor, then to F, C, E major, and then A minor. Now already you can kind of hear the drama that is happening there. Now we're going to talk about how to represent these chords. Now there are lots of different ways to do a left-handed pattern, and one of them is to do it stacked like this in the root position, but what we're going to do today is we're going to represent some of the chords. So this first one is going to be an A and an A with an E in between, and that's our fifth. If we look at our A minor root position up here, we have a third, and then we have a fifth. Putting all those together, that's our chord. And if we drop that third, that's where the E comes from. So this is the fifth for all of these chords. So we have an A with an E in the middle, and then we have an F with a C in the middle. I'll take this one up above so we can see it better. We have a C with a G in the middle. When we get to the E, what we would normally do to make a representative chord to have the fifth in the middle would be E to E with B in the middle. But we don't hear that G sharp. And even though I may be playing that in my right hand, I want to make sure to hear that G sharp in the left, because that is important. So you have two choices to do in your left hand side. Number one, you could do just the stacked version, the E, G sharp, and B. Or you can do an entire chord with your left, which would be 4 notes. So we could go E, G sharp, B, and then E on top. 4 notes seems a little bit out of your comfort zone, then don't worry about that. You can just do the stacked version. And then we go back to our A. All right, so here it is one more time. We have A, F, C, and then our regular E, and then our A. All right, now before I show you the left hand pattern, we're going to get our right hand involved right away. If you have learned something from this video, make sure that you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Each subscribe helps me and each comment below helps me, and it's a free way to do that. I hope that you're really enjoying this challenge, but remember that you can always hit pause if things get too overwhelming. You don't always have to go from the beginning of the video all the way to the end. You can pause it, go over sections until you feel a little bit more comfortable, but then when you're ready, let's get back to it. I want to mirror our chords on the right-hand side today. There's lots of different patterns that you can do with your right hand. In fact, if you want to try some different right-hand patterns, I'm going to link this video below so that you can work on some different patterns in A minor. It's a great one. But today we're going to be mirroring stacked chords or root position chords in our right hand to start. All right, so let's just do them really quickly over here. We have our A minor, F, C, E major, and then A. Here's how we're going to put both hands together. We're going to do a big arpeggio from the bottom to the top and then hit everything together. So it'll sound like this. And then together. 2, 3, then switch chords. Together. 2, 3, switch chords. And then our root possession chord. 2, 3, and then end on our A. So once you understand how your hands are kind of moving in your right hand side, we're now going to give your left hand a little bit of a rhythm. So the rhythm today is going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and in your right hand, to practice this out, you're just going to do the chord. So we're slowly turning this into music. So now we're going to start thinking in our right hand about the notes that make up each of these chords. So for example, the A minor chord in the right, A, C, and E, you have the choice to play any kind of pattern over here. So you can play A, C, E, or you can just kind of make something up. So it can sound like this. And then for our F, A, C, so we can play the notes individually instead of playing them all together as a chord. So let's put this left hand pattern with some kind of a pattern over here in our right, thinking of the individual notes. And now, if we want to make it sound truly a little bit more musical, the other thing that I'm going to suggest that we try out is something that may be a little bit more difficult or something that you've not thought of. A lot of times beginners get stuck within one octave. So we get stuck maybe between here and here, and we don't travel up to this octave or even this octave above. A way that we can move our hands from being in one solitary place is to hit our chord over here or any version of our chord, and then we're going to do an octave up above it, like that. And then we can do our next chord over here. So we go to our F, and then an octave, C, and then E, and then back to our A. And it can sound something like this. Once you get comfortable with the root position in your right hand, which is the stacked version. You can then go into inversions, which is playing any of the notes of the chord in a different order. So instead of doing the stacked version, you could do it like this or like this. They're all still in A, C, and E, but you're playing them in different orders. Now, I'm not going to take a lot of time to do that in this video, but if you check out this video above, I'm going to have it linked in the comments. It takes these exact chords and shows you the inversions and how to work on them, especially if you're having a hard time with choosing those and planning ahead for your improv. This is going to be a great one. So now if we put it all together, and we can sometimes use different inversions in the right-hand side along with any of the notes from the A minor natural scale or the A minor harmonic scale, which is what we did today, then it can sound something like this. By now, you should be feeling really excited and creative about the key of A minor. So let me know in the comments below what you have been enjoying about this challenge and if you would like to join me for another challenge in another key. If you're loving this chord progression, want to try another one in the key of A minor, go ahead and try out this one, and it's going to just increase your knowledge just a little bit more. Make sure that you tune in for our last day of this challenge, which happens on Friday, where we put everything together. Go ahead and check out this video next.